Hello, this is Jim Amon here with Amon Real Estate, and I just wanted to give you a tip on how to list properties at the right price, and it doesn't even matter what market you're in. You know, one of the things we know, if you're going to earn a top agent status, most of the time you're going to need to understand how to price properties correctly. Maybe you understand how to price properties already, but I wanted to give you a few ideas that we use that we feel really helps us further the conversation and pricing when it comes to our listing presentation and lands us that listing at the right price so we can get that thing sold and get our sellers on their way. So I want to start. The first step is talk logical. The seller you might be working with, they might have some sort of an emotional attachment to the home. They might have memories of the home, or maybe they paid too much. And emotionally, they can hardly accept the fact that they're going to lose money on the transaction. Whatever the situation is, a lot of times the sellers are a little bit more emotional. But you as a realtor, you don't want to get involved in any emotion. You want to just be logical. Talk logical to them. The sellers, they may be emotional, but they will make their decisions based on logic if you present logic to them. So what does that mean? Instead of telling them what you think, show them what they need to know. Show them what the market is. Present data to them. Show them what they need to know in order to make a logical decision. That way it diffuses any emotion, because it is what it is. If 3 properties have sold at $200,000 and they want $240,000 for their property, the facts tell them that it's not going to happen. So they may want that all day long. They may tell you, oh, I need this. But if the data says it's only worth $200,000, they cannot argue. So you don't want to put yourself in a position where the seller can argue with you, and the way you eliminate any type of confrontation when it comes to price is you show them what the market is, what the MLS says. Show them the market data. So talk logical, which means show them the market data. The second thing here is you want to associate price and time. We know that when a bank calls us up to list one of their foreclosures, a lot of times they'll say, hey, what is it going to take to sell this property in the next 30 days? See, the bank a lot of times looks at time. They look at time on the market as being more important than the price that they get. So when you're talking with a seller like that, they may say, yes, I want $300,000, but you may know that $300,000 is going to take 6 to 7 months to sell their property. Well, once they know that it's going to take that long, if they've got a short-term goal of getting it done in 90 days, then logic will tell them they'll have to reduce the price. So what you want to do is you want to present a price range. And when you're presenting that range, you want to associate a time. At the bottom of the range, the job gets done quicker. At the top of the range, the job takes a little longer. But you might be able to get a little bit more money. And then, of course, at the middle of the range is the fair market value on price and the average days that it takes for that particular community. So think like that. Think of a range. Associate time with price, because you never know when the seller might actually need to sell in a certain time frame. And that might be more motivating or more important to them than $5,000 or $10,000 or even $15,000. So number 1, talk logical. Number 2, always associate price with time or time with price. See, sellers need to know how long it will take to sell at different price points. They just need to know that. And then, of course, last but not least, is when you're taking a listing and you've priced the property, always after you've got the listing signed, always tell them you're going to follow up with them anywhere between 21 and 30 days. And let them know what type of activity that has happened on that property. Let them know what people are saying. So in the event we ever need to make an adjustment, we can at least talk about it before it's too late. See, that's what I call future pacing for a potential adjustment. We don't know what we're going to need to adjust the price of that property. But if you'll tell them up front that if things aren't going the way that you planned, that you're going to have a conversation with them, then in the future, say 30 days from now, when you bring up the conversation of a potential price reduction, It's not the first time you've brought that up. You've already kind of told them that you may end up having to have this conversation. I'm Jim Amon with Amon Real Estate. I hope this tip was helpful to you. I'm sure you're great at pricing property right now, but maybe something I said will make a little bit of a difference. If you can just take one thing away from this video and apply it to your business, who knows? That might be the source of your next breakthrough. Again, Jim Amon with Amon Real Estate. I'm looking to build the company and build our team. If you or anyone you know wants to be with a proactive company who's really aggressive at marketing properties, who's committed to attracting as many buyers as we can to our office so we can make as many sales as possible with our agents, then I'm the person for you. I'll talk to you soon.